todo, chavos? Buenas tardes, días, noches. Me voy a aventar el Metal Gear 3. Espero que les guste. La neta no voy a hablar mucho. Ahí me dicen si quieren cinemáticas. Con él. Vamos a ver si puedo empezarla así. Me voy a
After
callar.
the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Me voy a aventar la misión virtuosa y ya, por el capítulo de hoy. Brian Cummings.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Pinche mamón. Pinche Snake mamón.
Jack, I've got some important news.
Al chile
The head
no
of the
quiero ver
CIA
esto.
has finally
¿Le
given us
salto?
the green
O
light
sea,
for the
¿quieren que para las
virtuous mission?
próximas salte esto o los dejo?
No, the virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission. Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov. He's head of the OKB 754 Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine cluster used in that rocket. After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. He used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Estoy por darle start para que empiece.
October the 16th,
La
1962.
neta.
President Kennedy received
quiero
word
jugar.
that the Soviets were in the process of deploying intermediate-range ballistic missiles in Cuba. The President demanded that the Soviets dismantle and remove the missiles. At the same time, he announced a naval blockade to prevent further missile shipments from reaching Cuba. But the Soviets didn't back down, instead placing their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through the UN's Emergency Security Council and unofficial channels to end the hair-trigger standoff. Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba, and so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handed him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. What's more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of
Que
nuclear
la chingada,
device.
ya me empezar.
For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selino Yask, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Bueno, ya se acabó el... mucho bla bla bla.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Muy bien. Y se esconde. ¿De quién te escondes, güey? No hay nadie.
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory. Somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other.
A ver, voy a comprobar si estamos grabando. Porque... Ok, sí, estamos grabando. Bueno, esto lo voy a adelantar porque le dice que él se va a poner Tom y este güey se va a llamar Nate y así. Y que las películas y no sé qué. Y pues sí, instrucciones para ir a recuperar mis cosas. Más que nada los controles. Pero pues no es nada que no se sepa ya. Pues tengo que recuperar mi mochilita. Que otra vez va a hablar.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake.
Y aquí ya le dice que con mi parte y que te cures y que tienes un arma. Y así. Ahí para salvar. Y la voz, ¿sí, cierto? Voz le dice que recuerde lo básico del CQC.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Y pues ya.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Y pues ya, vámonos a darle. Vamos al pantano y creo que voy a agarrar el sombrero de cocodrilo. A ver. ¿Saben qué? Como ya me lo pasé, yo voy a poner el cuchillo, el revólver. Nah, me voy a bajar la Patriot y el micrófono. Camuflaje, pues. Pues ya, ¿qué más? Este es el básico, que te da un poquito más de camuflaje. Ya, vamos a probar la Patriot contra ese güey. ¿No mames, no se murió? Ahí está, se murió. Este güey también. Pero qué pendejo. Aquí no es lo que quiero agarrar. Creo que eso es después de que hago esta misión. Ya sigue cuando están ahora sí en la misión de Snake Eater. Pim, 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 pim. Tengo guardias.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
AK-47.
Snake, your presence in Soviet...
Aquí me dice que no me vean y que es mucha suerte. En resumen. Haré lo de la... No quiero hacerlo. Paso. A ver, no me acuerdo cómo... Ahora no recuerdo los botones. Pero dale, chavo. No les voy a agarrar nada porque me lo van a quitar. Creo que ya hay otro güey. Ya lo vi. A ver si le doy. Sí le di. Si no me equivoco, que hay otro. Pero pero no. No sé. Vámonos. Le voy a tirar el panal a ver qué pasa. ¿Qué pedo? Y las abejas, sí, de su puta madre. Me han mentido, no hay abejas. O le pegué a otra cosa, que no lo descarto. Vamos con cuidadito. Aquí muy probablemente me descubran. Sí, me descubren. No te muevas. Ok, balas. Tengo 4 silenciadores, muy bien.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. Security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are inside.
Your objective, Sokolov.
Ok, sí, ya. Ya sé dónde está. No. Tiene mucha sensibilidad. Control. No le voy a dar desde acá. Cayeron 2. Hay uno arriba y otros 2 o 3 abajo. Me voy a intentar no llamar la atención, pero no prometo nada. Siempre me termino descubriendo. Mira, aquí vi uno, y acá otro. Uno a la izquierda y otro a la derecha. Derecha. El otro fue para... Se fue al fondo. Aquí está. Y hay uno arriba. A ver. Ah, pues no. ¿Dónde está? Ah, aquí está. Y pues ya están todos, si no me equivoco. No, había otro.
Who's that? Radio! Where's our back?
Me descubrió. Qué pendejo. Ni pedo. Freeze.
You must be Sokolov.
Are you one of Volgin's men? You'll never get it from me.
No. I'm a CIA agent.
Perdón.
I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain.
You're CIA?
Yeah. I was sent by Major Zero, the man who got you out 2 years ago.
Zero?
I have a message from him.
What is it?
He said to tell you sorry for being so late.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Did he now?
What does it mean?
It means he's a man of his word. But we've got no time for this. You'll have to get me out of here before they arrive.
Who's they?
Colonel Volgin of Gru. You in the West know him as Thunderbolt.
Thunderbolt? Never heard of him.
He's a member of the Army's extremist faction, a man who seeks to seize control of the motherland. Ever since the Cuban Missile Crisis 2 years ago, Khrushchev has been pursuing a policy of peaceful coexistence with the West. Despite resistance and criticism from hawks in the Army and the provincial authorities, Khrushchev has managed to suppress the opposition so far. But the failure of his agricultural policies has put him in a precarious position. And on top of that, the tragedy last November.
President Kennedy's assassination.
Precisely. In a sense, Khrushchev has lost his biggest partner, and his power base is rapidly crumbling away. A certain group is plotting to use this opportunity to seize power by rallying the anti-government forces, overthrowing Khrushchev, and installing Brezhnev and Kosygin in his place. The mastermind behind this plot is Colonel Volgin of the Gru. He has control over another secret weapons research facility much like this one, OKB-812, known as the Granin Design Bureau, and is using it to further his plans. But that is not enough to satisfy him. Now he's plotting to seize the secret weapon I have been developing here and use it as leverage in his bid for power.
Volgin.
The intelligence says that they are going to make their move during the test.
Then, the soldiers outside.
Exactly. They wouldn't need that many men just to keep me inside. Their orders were to prevent Colonel Volgin from capturing me. Even if it meant killing me in the process, or so it would seem. Volgin will come. I'm sure of it. You must get me out of here before then.
Leave it to me.
By the way, your Russian is superb.
No hablo ruso, no mames.
Where did you learn to speak it?
from my mentor.
Is that so? America's truly a frightening country.
Having second thoughts?
No. I have no love for this place. Let's go.
Vas a hablar otra vez.
Major, this is
Chavos,
Snake.
déjenme ver cuánto
Sokolov
tiempo
is safe
llevo.
with me.
¿Cuánto tiempo llevo? Perdón, para la próxima... Para la próxima ya voy a tener todo listo. Llevamos media hora. Ya está muy largo, Bueno, pues ya se va a acabar la misión, así que vaya. Vamos a hacerlo más corto. Vale, sí va a estar muy largo el video. Demasiado largo. Con cinemáticas, muy largo. Sokolov. Ese güey está haciendo... Le está pintando huevos a la pared.
Freeze!
So this is the legendary boss.
Huh?
Huh? We meet at last.
You're from the Ocelot unit of Spetsnaz.
Huh.
What's a GRU soldier doing here?
Soldier?
He's the Ocelot commander.
Ha! That's Major Ocelot to you. And don't you forget it.
Sokolov is ours. Now get out of here.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
What?
Se los cargó. Perro.
I can't say it feels good to kill a comrade, even if it is for the GRU.
Sokolov, take cover.
not the boss, are you?
Llegaron los chavos del 8.
Crew operatives!
Llegaron los
What is
chicos
that
malos.
stance? Huh. That gun. If you're not the boss, then die.
Major! Leave it! Shoot the other one! Whoa!
Un vergazo le metieron.
Impossible. You ejected the first bullet by hand, didn't you? I see what you were trying to do. But testing a technique you've only heard about in the middle of battle wasn't very smart. You were asking to have your gun jam on you. Besides, I don't think you're cut out for an automatic in the first place. You tend to twist your elbow to absorb the recoil. That's more of a revolver technique.
You filthy American dog!
But that was some fancy shooting. You're pretty good.
Pretty good.
Y se desmayó.
Major, do you read?
Ya dice que ya tiene su colo y que ocelote y no sé qué. Que bla 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 bla. ¿Lo mato? Sí, no, me lo cargo. Para crear una paradoja. Ven, ven, ven. Ahí viene una cinemática larga.
You okay?
Those men were from the Ocelot unit.
Spetsnaz?
Yes. The best crew has to offer. They're coming for me. I'm finished!
Calm down. I'll get you out of here, I promise. And we've got some of the best backup we could ask for.
La madre.
Look.
That's what they were making you build.
Yes. The Shagohod. The treading behemoth. A tank capable of launching nuclear IRBMs.
It can launch nuclear missiles from that kind of terrain.
Oh, yes. And without support from friendly units.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo. Is that thing finished?
No, this is only the end of Phase 1. It won't be truly finished until we complete Phase 2.
Phase 2.
The weapon's true form. If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War.
The end of the Cold War?
Yes. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
I had no choice but to cooperate. I didn't want to die. I wanted to see my wife and child again in America. Please, take me to America, quickly. They cannot complete it without my help.
Got it. Let's go.
Y tenían que cruzar el puente, o sea, no lo pudo rescatar ahí.
Boss?
Good work, Jack.
What are you doing here?
Sokolov comes with me.
Hornets?
My friends, let us fight together again.
I have waited long for this day.
We will fight with you once more.
Welcome back, boss.
Now that all 5 of us are together,
Viejo chino.
it's time we go to the depths of hell itself. It's raining blood. Is he crying?
Kuwabara, Kuwabara.
Ah, what a joyful scene.
Colonel Vogan.
Welcome to my country.
and to my unit.
Boss, what is this?
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift for my new hosts.
Recoilless nuclear warheads. These will make a fine gift for me.
This can't be happening.
Who is he? Another one of your disciples? Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. Too pure for us Cobras. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
What are you talking about?
Think you can pull the trigger?
He's seen my face. I can't let him live. If Khrushchev finds out about this, we're finished. He must die.
Wait. He's my apprentice. I'll take care of him. Jack, you can't come with us.
No, güey, no. No lo hagas.
The new blood has been rejected. Are we done here?
Now, onto Sokolov's research facility.
Shagohod is ours.
Drift away. My place is with them now.
Snake, can you hear me?
Yeah. Just barely.
Snake, listen to me. You need emergent...
Ah, sí, hay que curarme. Ay, perdón. Vivo la traidora y no sé qué tanto. Vamos a curar. Un corte. Sutura, venda, astringente y desinfectante. Igual desinfectante, astringente, venda y sutura. Lo mismo, venda, astringente Hueso roto, era tablilla y venda. Igual. Directamente gente, venda y sutura. Hueso roto, venda y tablillas.
Good job, Snake.
We're coming to get you now. Just stay where you are. We'll drop a recovery balloon. Can you set it up?
Un extasiado, chao.
Excellent. A great success. Thanks to the boss and her cobras, I have both Sokolov and the Shagohod.
What are we going to do with the girl?
Who is she?
Apparently she's Sokolov's woman.
She's a nice catch. I'll take her. Not so fast, my dear. A kiss of death?
Are you KGB?
We may be able to use her. She has spunk.
Shall we take her back to the base?
Perhaps we should. We have no further use for Sokolov's research facility. I think it's time I gave this marvelous new toy a try.
Colonel,
Colonel.
even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger. It'll be our friend, the American defector.
You're going to nuke your fellow Russians?
Remember the Alamo.
Colonel!
Con la música y corto el video. Bueno, no, vamos a guardar corto con la música y ya, termina el video. Entonces ahí comenten si quieren que le continúe. Si dejo las cinemáticas, bueno, que sí, esas sí las voy a dejar. Yo me refiero a los que hablan mucho.
Silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm searching and I'm melting to you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. On a tree frog, it's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I'd like to use. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
Y pues ahí está. Ya voy a terminarlo. Aquí pues ya va a volver a hacer la misión. Bueno, hacer la nueva misión de líder. La verdad es que este lo voy a adelantar porque es casi lo mismo que la primera parte. O lo dejamos para el siguiente. Perdón.
Snake, we can't risk a halo jump this time around. Airspace security has gotten tighter since we were last here.
Pues los dejo con esto para ya no estar batallando. Y pues ya, terminando, me despido.
This is our last chance. Show your patriotism. If you fail, you'll be back in a hospital bed again, waiting for the firing squad. So how does it feel to be a patient in one of the most
Estas son las que les
advanced
digo,
ICUs in the world?
quiero saltarlas, yo voy a hacerles el resumen y saltarlas. Aquí básicamente le dice que para demostrar que Estados Unidos es inocente, Snake tiene que matar a The Boss y destruir el Metal Gear, el Sherwood, y que de paso mate a Volgin, el coronel Volgin. Y pues así es la situación. Pues ya tengo que hacerlo, sí o sí. Por eso voy a saltarlo.
Are the Russians going to be helping us?
The KGB has promised to lend us one of their communications satellites so that you and I can talk to each other.
That's it?
They've also put us in touch with a couple of insiders.
Insiders?
There was a defection in September 1960. Do you remember it?
The boss.
You mean the two NSA codebreakers who went over to the Soviet Union?
Precisely. Since then, they've apparently been training with the KGB for exactly this kind of situation. Their code names are Adam and Eva. I've been told that Adam has infiltrated Vulcan's ranks. We've also arranged for him to provide you with an escape route. You'll need to rendezvous with him when you get there.
Ah, pues ahí les dice también que les va a ayudar a dormir.
Control, unidentified aircraft detected. Altitude 30,000 feet. It's fast. Estimated airspeed exceeding Mach 3. Bearing south. I'm about to lose it.
Controlar. Un rasguño.
This is Snake. Do you read me?
Ajá, rescata a Zócalo, mata a la madre Boss y no sé qué, no encuentro. Y pues ya, aquí termina el primer episodio. Está largo porque fue la misión Virtuosa, pero ya los demás van a ser un poquito más cortos, porque ya voy a asignarlo de jefe en jefe. O sea, si puedo matar a un jefe, lo subo hasta que lo mate, y si me tardo, pues los dejo hasta un un checkpoint o algo así. Bueno, ya. Y nos vemos la próxima. Bye. Se lo lavan.